This is Captain Zack here. Today, we are going to be bringing you Floowandereeze. So, yeah, picked this deck up a couple of weeks ago. Just been kind of learning it a little bit. I love this deck. This deck is really good. This has replaced my Tri-Brigade. This deck is super good. It can chain block really good, so it's not immune to hand traps, but it's really hard to hand trap against this deck. You really have to hit key card. You know, this deck's just really not completely immune to hand traps, but it's just really good. So yeah, without just rambling on, we're just going to jump right into this. But first off, shout outs again to Amanda LaPalme. If y'all haven't seen my video, if you haven't seen the video, go check it out. I purchased her Signer Queen Dragon Metal Field Centers, and I purchased 2 of them, so I got the exclusive Carly Carmine. These Field Centers look amazing. She's such a wonderful artist. But yeah, shout outs to Amanda LaPalme at manamoon.com. Go check her stuff out. But without further ado, we'll get right into this. Starting off with the main deck. This is kind of standard for most Flu decks. So it's 3 Robina, 3 Eaglin, 1 Toucan, 1 Stree. And this is where it kind of goes. Some people run 1. I'm running 2 Impen. Okay, so Robina is the starter of the deck when it's normal summoned. They all have an on-summon effect. When they leave the field, they're banished. All except for Impen. And I believe Snarl if you're running Snarl. So they all leave the field when they're banished. So they all are banished when they leave the field. Robina searches a level 4 or lower wing beast on summon, and then you get to normal summon a wing beast monster again. Eagle adds a level 7 or higher wing beast on normal summon, and then you get to normal summon again. Toucan adds a banished Flu card, so that can be any of the spells or traps or the monsters. Stree banishes a card from either graveyard. Also, the level 1s, the level 1 Flus, when they're in the banish zone, when you normal summon a wing beast monster, you can add them from the banish to your hand. So this kind of helps you. This is what helps you with your hand trapping. So let's say you have like Eagle banished or any of them banished, and you summon a Robina. You can activate Robina's effect on summon, and then activate the banished Flu card or banished Flu monster. You'll want to set up the banished one as Chainlink 2, and your normal summon is Chainlink 1, and this is where you kind of makes it to where they can't really ash you, or kind of helps with chain blocking a little bit. And then Impen on normal summon adds a Flu spell or trap, and then you can normal summon again. His on-field effect, so he's kind of like a walking skill drain. So monsters that have been special summoned, their effects are negated if they're in attack mode, so they have to either summon them in defense, special summon them in defense, or they have to normal summon. And then when he battles, you can half the attack of the monster that's attacking it. So he's kind of difficult to get over. They have to summon a massive body to get over him. When he hits the field, you kind of want to get him off the field as soon as possible, because if a lot of people, they just normally just special summon in attack mode. So it's kind of, you really have to pay attention with how you play around him. But he kind of takes a little bit of priority. You want to get him off the field if he is there. On to the Flu spells and traps. We're running 3 of the new Quick Play spell. This card is nuts. So this one banishes a wing beast monster from your hand or your field, or face up on your field. Then you either add a flu monster or you add the field spell, the flu field spell from your deck to your hand, and then you gain 500 life points. So yeah, that's kind of like Rhoda and Terraforming all in one. Kind of like how with White Mirror in my fish deck, White Mirror was Monster Reborn in Rhoda. This is Rhoda and Terraforming. And then you gain 500 life points on top of that. This deck can grind pretty good, so if it gets into time, that extra 500, you know, open up in time. As soon as time hits, if you're above your opponent or below, or if you're, say, round 3 just starts, you're going first, time is called. If you open this, it's game. It's 500 life points, bam, it's game. So yeah, this card's actually really good. 3 of the field spell. This is Floowandereeze and Magnificent Map. So during the main phase, you can reveal a level 1 flu monster. You banish an opposite name from the deck. You banish it face up, and then you normal summon that monster. That does not count towards your hard summon, since it's normal summoning by an effect. So this really kind of like helps you continue on. This also sets you up with to chain block your first summon. And then on your opponent's turn, when your opponent normal summons, you can immediately after normal summon a fluke monster from your hand. And essentially just allows you to play on your opponent's turn. Yeah, this card's really good. This needs to be dealt with as soon as possible if you're playing against it. I mean, especially with M-Pen, because M-Pen you want to either normal summon or special summon something in defense. But if you're special summoning something in defense, just to get its effect, you can't activate. You can't attack it. If you do try to attack it, he's going to half your attack. And if you normal summon it to get an effect, they just normal summon again, and then they can play on your turn. It's really annoying. I'm running 1 of the continuous spell card. This is Unexplored Winds. So this allows you to tribute summon this allows you to conduct a tribute summon that requires 2 tributes by sending a monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls as the material to summon. You heard that correctly. That is cards. That does allow you to get over certain spells and traps. Yeah, this thing can out so many dumb stuff. And then its secondary effect is actually pretty decent. So you reveal 2 wing beast monsters in your hand, place them on the bottom of the deck in any order, and then you draw that many. I don't see a whole lot of flu players using that effect, but I love using that effect just to help kind of dig a little bit. If I have stuff that it's only really good for, like, if you just have to dig to get outs. If I don't absolutely need that draw, I usually won't, because I'll just let it, because the first effect doesn't activate, so the tribute summoning of your opponent's stuff doesn't activate, so they can't really Ghost Ogre this. They have to MST it, Cyclone it, Duster it. They have to basically spot removal it. The second effect does activate, so they can Ogre it. And then I'm running 1 of the Dreaming Town. This is the trap card. I'm thinking of upping these 2, this to 2, and this possibly to 2. This card is really good. But as it sits right now, having the 2 would be nice, but this deck is really tight, and I'm trying to keep it down as close to 40 as possible. I believe right now this current build is 41 to 42. This card is really good. Allows you to normal summon on your opponent's main phase. A level 4 lower wing beast, so this can pretty much summon anything out of your deck other than the tributes. But it starts the whole cycle of summon Robina, summon Eaglin, add Robina. Robina will add something, Eagle will add something, then you tribute summon. And this with the continuous spell is really good because you can activate this, normal summon like Eagle or something out of your hand. Add your Ryza, which we'll add one of your tribute summons, and then you can actually tribute your Eagle and their stuff to just to kind of interrupt them a little bit. This is usually what you're going to add off of MPen, unless you already have it, and then you add probably Unexplored Winds. Or if you have them both, you'll more than likely add the Quick Play spell. If you add Unexplored Winds, you're kind of telegraphing that you already have Dreaming Town. So that's it for the flu stuff. Just for the non-flu wing beasts that we are running, I got Stormwind, we have Big Boy Ryza, and Avion. Stormwind locks them out. Putting this up with MPen, they really have to pick and choose which one they want to, which they'll probably go for this one, just so they can continue playing because they can't special summon anything other than Wing Beast. But if you have the field spell out, as soon as they normal something to try and get over this, you just get rid of it with Ryza. And then Avion is for the negate. I haven't really summoned this card a whole lot. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever summoned this since I've started using it, just because I don't know. I'm still kind of learning with this deck a little bit. But I just want to like loop Ryza as much as possible. The extra negate does come in handy. I'm trying to figure out a way to incorporate Snarl into this deck just because I really like Snarl's effect. Getting the extra 3 normal summons. But it's a big body. Banish something out of your hand. Anything out of your hand you can banish and book their entire field of special summon monsters face down. It allows your stuff to deal piercing, so he really just helps with that push going late game. Oh, also, side note, speaking of booking, with the trap card, if you tribute summon a Wing Beast monster, you can banish... actually, if you tribute summon a level 7 or higher monster, you can banish this while this card is in the graveyard. You can banish this and just book their whole field. So on to next, we are running the most broken hand trap in the game right now. D-Shifter, 3-Dish Shifter. Everybody knows what this card does. Everything gets banished when it leaves the field. This card is ridiculous. Side note, with Robina and D-Shifter, or any way to get to Robina and D-Shifter, if you don't stop the Ryza or the D-Shifter, more than likely you will be under D-Shifter the entire game because they can just loop Ryza and loop this out of the deck and just constantly just loop this card. Okay, so tech choice. I am maining double sphere mode. I was running Nibiru in the side, but if I Nibiru on my opponent's turn, or if I normal summon any of my stuff and go into my combo on my opponent's turn, I can't do Nibiru, because when you normal summon one of the level 1s and you activate its effect, you can no longer special summon for the rest. You can't special summon if you activate its effect. And if you've special summoned, you can't do their effect either. So you can't really special summon with this deck. I see this being sided. I think it's worthy enough to be mained. A lot of decks are pumping out big, more than 3 board negates or disruptions. So just getting rid of all that stuff, giving them big chicken. Actually, this is big chicken nugget. And then continuing on with normal summoning your stuff as well. Draw power onto the spells. Draw power, running triple duality. It's funny, see, long time ago, I remember when this card was the card of the format. This was the most expensive card in the game at the time. This was meta-defining. This card was busted, and then it kind of just fell along the wayside. I think this deck, Flu, has specifically brought this card back to relevancy, which I like. I love this card. You just excavate 3, pick 1, add it to your hand. You can't special summon, but you're normal summoning the entire duel anyway, so you don't really care about that restriction. Next, so unfortunately, bills don't stop. And this deck really just can't go with just duality. I can't afford a Pot of Prosperity, so instead I'm running Pot of Extravagance. This deck doesn't care about its extra deck at all, which we'll get over that here. We'll go over the extra deck here in a minute. This deck doesn't care about the extra deck, so this is a decent card. I think you have to pretty much run 3 Pot of Duality and either 3 Prosperity or 3 Extravagance, because you have to dig through this deck. I'm running 1 Upstart Goblin just for that extra draw. I'm running 1 Terraforming to add the field spell, which, I mean, you have multiple ways into the field spell. I mean, you can do Impen. The 2 Impens are the field spell. Terraforming is the field spell. The Quick Play is the field spell. There's so many ways to get to the field spell. But just having that extra, I think this is decent enough to run into it, even though we're running 3 of the Quick Play. Just having that extra way of searching that field spell to get it, so we can start comboing off. I'm running triple Book of Moon. This is both offensive and defensive. So when you like normal summon your Robina or any of your level 1s or something, if they try to like Effect Veiler, if they try to Imperm, or just try to negate its effect, you can just book it face down. So that way its effect can go off. And then if, like, let's say you got Impen on the field with your barrier statue, and you don't have they normal summon something, you can just book it face down so they can't attack your statue. 1 called by. Opening this card with any of the opening this card is just dope with this game, because I just have no fear. Because most stuff has to discard. Effect Veiler has to discard. Ogre has to discard. Ash has to discard. Most of the hand traps in the game have to discard themselves. They contribute the Lancia out of their hand. You can just call by so you can keep playing. Lancia stops this deck. Yeah, this card just helps you protect and keep going. Whenever I open this card, 9 times out of 10 I have no fear and I'll just go for it. Because I know I'm protected. And then rounding out the main deck for the final 3 traps, we're running 3 Imperm. Just more effect negation, more control. Yeah, so that's the main deck. On to the extra. Okay, so the extra. Like I said before, this deck doesn't care about the extra whatsoever. It's there just really for utility and Pot of Extravagance. But we'll just go ahead and just run through this real quick. I'm not really going to explain a whole lot of what the extra, because I don't think I've ever summoned anything out of the extra deck since I've gotten this. So we got our Zeus package, Nightingale, Starling, Downward Magician, Zeus. That's our Zeus package. Link Karibo, Relinquished Anima, just in case. Everything's level 1, so you can go and Link Karibo if you have to. You can go and relinquish Anima if you have to. The rest of this deck is pretty. The rest of the extra deck is pretty much just Dogmatica / Maximus targets. So double Lentis, double Baron Blossom, double Shirag, one Nova. The Nova target is Makaba. If you also, side note, you have to be careful with this though, because if you normal summon during your opponent's turn, then they go into Maximus, you can't do the Cyber Dragon Nova effect, or if they do Maximus and then you Cyber Dragon Nova, you won't be able to normal summon and continue on. So you really have to kind of pick and choose what's more handy in your situation. Do you want that negate, or do you want to combo off during your opponent's turn? Final card, Cypher Lord Omega. That rounds out the extra deck. Side deck's pretty just, you know, not really going to go into the side deck. Everybody's side deck is different. So yeah, that's my Flu deck. Hope y'all guys enjoyed. Please comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We really want to keep doing these videos and having y'all guys like and, you know, share, subscribe to our channel. Very much appreciate it. Here in the next couple of days, we are going to have James's Eldritch deck up on here again. He's revised it. He's pretty excited about it. And then shortly after that, we'll have a duel between this deck and James's deck. So that'll be pretty fun because Eldritch is a pretty bad matchup for this deck. But yeah, hope y'all guys liked it. Again, this was Zach with Flu. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to our secondary channel. And again, hope y'all guys enjoyed. This was Zach. It's your move.